Welcome back, citizens, to the Superhero League of Hoboken. Last time we returned an important historical relic to its proper home in the Washington Museum, and we brought the corruption of the Piscataway Temple to light. This time around, we'll be delivering some lead-lined long johns over to the Mineola city-state, saving a poor kitty from underneath the Liberty Bell. And of course, we'll be putting an end to the evil scheme of that Dr. Entropy to interbreed racehorses and sewer rats. But before we go on, I have to admit, I haven't given this series my superhero's best. Brought to my attention by wayward citizen Grimithar, I have not given the description to the bureaucrat, Transistor Jow, Markatoon, Albino, Wino, or Tupper, so we'll definitely get on with that. But first, let's head back home. There's some things we can do there, including talk to our new friends. We still haven't talked to Oxide Man or Shredder Man. I'm sure they want to express themselves.
Congratulations on the successful completion of missions Clown Nose and Grass Clipping.
Good deal. Glad we could help there, Matilda. So, let's see. Shredderman, how goes it?
Right, Brandon. What can I do for you?
Well, I have a question. Does your mess thing ever fog up?
No.
I couldn't discern if that was a yes or no. Is it really true you shouldn't go into the water until at least 30 minutes after you've eaten?
Yes. If you get a cramp, you'll sink like a stone. Well, at least like a plump, fleshy stone.
Brilliant word imagery. Anyway, we better get back to work.
Tread on, and I will follow.
I like your attitude. Now, Oxide Man.
At your service, Tape.
Let's see, are you cold?
No, I'm just naturally blue.
That's pretty neat. Well, I bet you have trouble finding suits with that complexion.
Yeah, but I'm not much of a suit and tie kind of guy anyway.
I know what you mean. I'm more of a spandex kind of guy myself. Anyway, we better get back to work.
Yeah, let's get going before we start to rust.
Fine attitudes on you folks. Also, before we go out, let's look at the chatterbox. Two-headed dog bites man. This is different from before. A two-headed dachshund, believed to be rabid, bit a man in the Weehawken area. Weehawken is almost certainly a euphemism. Or else, there's one incredible hotbed of rabies over there in Weehawken. The dog was later captured, and since it was impossible to determine which head had done the biting, both were destroyed. The torso, of course, was left intact. And we have a lost case of nitrous oxide. I think we found that. Last seen in Patterson. Please return to the Yonkers Shaman. And apparently there's a reward involved. And we have this message here. I'm not exactly sure what this means. M, not until you start using my entire name. L. Who knows what that could be about? Also, let's take a look at our maps. So here's our danger map, our chaos map. You'll see that these sectors are clear. Nothing to worry about. And we can also look at Newark and Scranton. We'll see there's still some danger over there in Scranton. Maybe our fellow superheroes could use a hand. And if we look at the Discover map, we can actually get some closer looks into these places with actually not going there. Anyway, we're good to go, folks. Now, let's set our course for adventure. Actually, let's go over to Yonkers. We'll go ahead and actually give that guy's nitrous oxide back. That sounds pretty nice. Matilda told us we could get to this area over in 3C by using our helicopter. So, as soon as your party is all aboard, the door closes and the rotor blades begin the turn. The chopper lifts sluggishly off the helipad and turns eastward, passing over the Jersey City Village, crossing New York's Upper Harbor, flying over the abandoned brownstones of Brooklyn and Queens, and finally approaching another airport tower. This is the JFK Airport Control Tower that looks suspiciously similar to the one in Newark. Even this portion of it looks identical. It even has the same view outside. Anyway, let's get going. We still need to find some lead-lined long johns also. What's this? One structure stands tall above the ruins. A strange oval structure surrounded by acres of crumbling asphalt. Several large letters cling crookedly to the facade, spelling out Elmo Pa. Enter complex. Apparently, we do not have enough tokens to enter this place. That's a shame. Elmo Pa. Wasn't there Where was entropy supposed to be? Belmont Park? My goodness, this is it! We'll have to find more tokens, though. And over here, what's this? In between sectors 3C and 4C is the Mineola Marketplace, just like Matilda indicated. Unfortunately, we do not have the lead-lined long johns that they require. And we have a weapon shop and a purple building. We've never been to purple building before. Let's see what's in the weapon shop first. So we have some cattle prods, a meat hook, and a low-powered laser. Let's go ahead and swap you guys. Swap. Also, you had a steel belt. I noticed that I didn't give it to you. There you go. Enjoy. And let's see. We'll give you a low-powered laser. Why not? And we could sell some stuff, but honestly, I don't care enough. What's this place? This is a small, dirty inn with an exit to the east. A sign on the desk reads rate information. Vacancies. Our rates are 22 kilo the rest here, using our food and supplies instead of your own precious stores. And for the low price of 135 kilo, we'll restock your food and supplies to maximum levels. Just talk to the innkeeper if you're interested in resting or restocking.
Greetings, travelers. Plenty of vacancies. Heated pool, free color TV.
Of course, that heated pool, use at your own risk. Antifungal suits available for a nominal rental fee. And as for the color TV, extra charge for picture tube and antenna. Say, I love what you've done with the place. It's amazing how many interesting things you can do with vinyl, duct tape, and fake wood paneling.
Well, thanks. I keep writing to Inn Beautiful and to Better Inns and Larders, but they never reply. Perhaps they've stopped publishing. The most recent I've seen is about 94 years old.
That is a distinct possibility. Hey, anyone ever tell you resemble Elvis Presley?
Yes, I've heard that most innkeepers do. It's not clear whether people with a resemblance to Elvis Presley are drawn to become innkeepers, or whether being an innkeeper causes one to begin to resemble Elvis.
That is the age-old question, isn't it? Well, we'd like a clean room for the night. Okay, just forget the clean part, just give us a room. And we've already rested, so we can't do it again. Apparently there's some kind of code in here that doesn't allow us to do anything. So let's go ahead and actually seek out justice. Or evil, I should say. 6 nasties surround us, including a couple of bureaucrats and a mega processor, which we've never seen before. The bureaucrat begins spewing red tape everywhere, even on me. Alright, well, that doesn't leave too much, so first we have a mega processor. A hellish cross between a food processor and a word processor, with whirling razor-sharp hard drives of death. Beware when it mashes, or when it crashes. And we have the bureaucrat. The bureaucrat is the result of an unwise marriage of artificial intelligence and household furnishings. These roaming chests of drawers can spew miles of red tape, enveloping their victims and stealing my thunder. And we have the tupper. Although these monsters come in a variety of shapes and sizes, they all feature an airtight compartment where they store their kills until they are ready to digest them. They usually travel in large fighting packs, known as Tupperware parties. Dumb. Let's kill him. That one's almost dead. Let's see, put a hurt on this. Pretty good. Trying to determine what I should go after. I think I'll go after the bureaucrat there. Not a big problem. And that thing may run away. Let's hope it does. Good work there, mademoiselle. And you can use your rust abilities. Perfect. And now you can put it into this one.
My memory isn't what it used to be.
Apparently its memory isn't what it used to be. We get 700 experience points. And we discover a disgusting dirt-encrusted container with a suspicious air about it. Do we open it? First we'll have Mop clean it up. And it's revealed to be a pizza box.
The box contains a delicious pizza topped with pepperoni, money,
and a red tube car pass. So we find 137 kilo and a red tube car pass, as well as a delicious pizza. Now, for those superheroes at home, if you're having trouble finding a red tubecar pass, remember to return to HQ first. It won't drop otherwise. Something I had to learn the hard way. Also, I didn't want to get surprised by 9 nasties. Holy crud! Oh, you're gonna have to go on without me, heroes. The mop almost goes down. Alright, guys. You're gonna have to do this without me. I'll instruct you from here on the ground. Keep kicking butt. Okay, this is where you need the shine, Oxide Man. He makes that mega processor red and dead. And you can break something's heart. Perfect. Okay, Bureaucrat lashes out at Shredder Man. He actually was forced to stay in a slow-moving line. Pretty rude of our opponents. He'll probably run away. You dropped the ball there, Shredder Man. Someone's probably gonna die. Someone else drops the ball. It's Mademoiselle Pepperoni. There we go. And can you break someone's heart there? There's our little Castanova. Good old Tropical Man. And Mademoiselle goes down. Let's see, it seems she was surrounded by fetid air, rank with the order of decaying field mice from the tupper. The things these darn things eat. Alright, well, we get 542 experience points. And in a large hollow coconut, we discover some money and a miniature chainsaw. These darn coconuts have the darndest things in them. But either way, let's get rested up.
Great.
Alright, give us a room. There's no regulation stopping us this time. We pay the innkeeper 23 kilo dollars. All of our members return to full strength. You'll notice that the fee is actually 22 kilo dollars. That extra one's a tip. Enjoy, sir. Also, we have a miniature chainsaw. That needs to go to my main mop. Super Mop, or Robo Mop. He's a super mop, but that is not his true name. Let's go ahead and pass down the weapons. There we go. Also, that Saturday night special can go over to Mademoiselle. We'll just pile all the extra equipment on our friend, Tropical Man. Also, let's get a better situation with you. You need more armor, since you're on the front lines. There you go. And you can pass me down that belt. Alright, looking sharp. Also, let's give this to Mademoiselle. Actually, I need a hat first. There we go, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. You know what, let's clear out this sector of evil. Maybe we'll find some LethalFeline Long Johns. Maybe we kind of need to find those. And then we'll head up to Yonkers. We don't know exactly where that is. I know I alluded that we knew where it was before, but we really haven't been given any clues. But anyway, let's just kick some butt. Go for the flower, Shredder Man, good work. He uses his new arsenic-tipped deer antlers to perfection. And I almost finished off the hideous weed with my weed whacker. Fortunately, Mademoiselle can't get her act together. But our good friend Oxide Man uses his new low-powered laser to start, well, something that's like a forest fire, but with just a giant flower. And we find a sack of loosely sewn animal skins containing any 4 kilo dollars and a black isotope. A black isotope, I know who likes those. That goes to Mademoiselle Pepperoni. It increases her veterinary skills up to a proficiency of 74%. Very good. She's better at putting animals to sleep now. Alright, let's keep looking for evil here. We'll clear it out. Might as well, we're in the neighborhood. And we might need some, we might need the experience. 3 nasties get the drop on us. The razor-sharp hard drives of death just cleave into me. Okay, let's go after the flower. It has no true weaknesses other than weed whackers, which I didn't hit with anyway. There we go. Oxide Man, do your stuff. You didn't do your stuff. We're doomed. Doomed, I tell you. See? This is clearly your fault, I say as I take a sit on the ground. Oh my gosh, the balls have been dropped. And inside a large, massive bubble wrap, we find 78 kilo dollars and a motorcycle helmet. It's in pristine condition. It even has a flaming skull on it. I think I'll wear that. But first, let's have a rest. We've earned it. No. Let's talk to him. There we go. And just for no reason, let's have a sit down on the furniture. We have not been invited. There's etiquette to these sorts of things. You can't just sit on every couch you want. Next you'll be doing other lewd things to couches. Anywho, my hat. I almost forgot about my whole hat situation. I now have a motorcycle helmet with a skull on it. Let's go ahead and give Mademoiselle my old hat. Also, I think she may have a hat already. No, she didn't. Okay, just wanted to make sure. Baddies. Baddies. I know you're around here, bad guys. There's some. And they get the drop on us. ESP Evangelist and an albino rhino. They all go for Robomop, but he is just too darn tough to be taken down. The ESP Evangelist is similar to Televangelists of the 20th and 21st centuries, except for ESP Evangelists require no broadcasting medium to transmit their programming, since they can project their thoughts and words directly into the minds of those around them. In addition to the damage they thus inflict, ESP Evangelists have been known to separate weak-willed parties from their funds. They're especially dangerous when they fundraise. And we have the albino rhino. Their genes zapped by cosmic rays. Ancestors of these bleached rhinoceros escaped from the Bronx Zoo during the first years of the Great Collapse, and they thrived in the desolated cities and suburbs that were once Greater New York. Let's make him extinct. I said let's make him extinct. Why you gotta do this to me? Okay, it may run away. You break this thing's heart. Perfect. Don't kill Robomop. Robomop's too fast for the slow menagerie. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. It's a clumsy animal. That's what I'm trying to say. We get experience. And we find a large hollow coconut with 53 kilo dollars and a 30-count bag of power pills. You know, if coconuts really had this stuff in them, the world would be a better place. Let's go ahead and actually get another room, because it's cheap enough. We might as well abuse this. Why not? Are we really abusing it? He's gaining money. We just keep getting surprised. Surrounded by 4 nasties, a suggester, a supermom, a Cy Young cyborg, and a thresher. I'm almost taken down by the Cy Young cyborg's fastball. So we have a thresher, a terrifying example of 21st century farm equipment gone bad. Their metal mauls can maul a hefty helping of heroes, and they are always accompanied by a lot of alliteration. Anyway, let's start kicking some butt, heroes. Suggester first. I wanted you to kill it, Mop, not irritate me. You're irritating me. Why would you do this? Okay, let's go for this. Perfect. And let's see. Let's see if you can take out the Cy Young cyborg. You can't. Okay, I'm counting on you, Oxide Man. This is probably a terrible idea. Make it red and dead. Perfect. I knew you wouldn't let me down. Now. And our little heartbreaker puts the supermom down. And unfortunately, I get hit by another fastball, which means I will not be getting any experience from this fight. But oh well, we get experience, and we've rid the sector of every wandering, nasty, and unsavory element, giving us a bonus of 2,000 experience points.
The Crimson Tape advances to Superhero 6th Class. Robomop advances to Superhero 6th Class. Treader Man advances to Superhero 6th Class. Mademoiselle Pepperoni advances to Superhero 6th Class. Tropical Oil Man advances to Superhero 6th Class.
And everyone, except for Oxide Man, is elevated to a new level of class. And we discover a sack of loosely sewn animal skins. Within we find a kinky whip. Good work, heroes. I actually did get experience from that since we actually got it from clearing the sector. Apparently that doesn't have the same constraints. I'm not unhappy about this. Anyway, this sector is clear. Let's clear this one. We get jumped by 2 more nasties. Some linebackers. Let's see. Linebackers are descended from 20th century NFL players, a frightening case of inbreeding that has produced a subrace of tough, powerful, dim-witted creatures, not unlike brick walls with legs. Particularly devastating when they tackle. And they also take a lot of damage from mini chainsaws. There's limbs everywhere thanks to Mop. He's making a mess. That's kind of the opposite of what he usually does. We get experience points. And we find another large hollow coconut with 53 kilo and a John Keel colored isotope. John Keel, my favorite color. You know what I'm gonna do? First, I'm gonna have some fish cakes, some fish nuggets first. There we go. We had another fish item. There's a fish cake. Perfect. And now I will wash it all down with a John Keel colored isotope. My senses reel and my muscles ripple as my body and mind and body contort with feelings of superpower mastery. Normality slowly returns, and I've added a new superpower to my repertoire. I can increase my foe's cholesterol with a proficiency of 60%. And now I'm also a brainy little rascal with 77 brains. You'll see that the next smartest person on our team is Mademoiselle Pepperoni. Brains determine how much damage you do with your superpowers. So it's kind of a big deal. Alright, what were we doing? We were gonna go and probably take a rest, right? Probably. I can't remember if anyone got hurt. I'm sure we did. Let's just take a rest just to be sure. There we go. And then back out into the breach. Alright, bad guys, come on. We actually get the drop on a couple of weeds. And Mop uses his mini chainsaw to maximum effect. My weed whacker's not as effective as it could be, but thankfully Mademoiselle picks up the slack. We find a pizza box with a sinister air about it.
The box contains a delicious pizza topped with pepperoni, money, explosives.
Oh shoot, I really want that pepperoni money. We're gonna leave this one. We move onward, leaving a potential hoard of goodies behind. Well, it had explosives in it. I don't think we want to open it. I could be wrong. Honestly, I don't want my legs blown off. I kinda need those for fighting crime. Just a heads up. And we find a band of 3 nasties, or should I say they find us. We have a couple of ESP evangelists. Oh my goodness, it's fundraising. They nickel and dime us to death. And we have a bag lady who just rips in the Shredder Man, gives him a vicious kick to the shins. So let's see Bag Lady. Roaming the nearly deserted urban landscapes, foraging for interesting flotsam and jetsam of society. Bag ladies don't let anyone get in their way. Except for us now. I said except for us now, Mop. You dropped the ball again. Thank you, Trader Man, for not dropping the ball. Let me see if I can break this woman's heart. It's my first time. Let's see if I have the mojo. I have the mojo. Fantastic. We get experience, and we find a leather briefcase containing 88 kilo and steel galoshes. We just got a pair of new shoes. Let's see, who needs a pair of new shoes? I don't think either you do, but Mademoiselle can use them. And we can pass those down the line. There's shoulder pads. Let's see, we need to actually get a better situation here. There we go. That'll work. Let's actually pass that down. Perfect. You're both equal in toughness. Let's go ahead and head back to Mineola. Yep. Get all healed up. Another room, sir.
Great.
Can we just pay in advance? Maybe actually get a discount. Alright, more butt kicking must be had. And we get the drop on 4 nasties, some bean eaters, and a thresher. There we go. I'm counting on you, Tropico Man. Let's see if I got my mojo. Nah, I lost my mojo. I'm new at this. You can't expect it to work every time. Okay, make that thing run dead. Perfect. And now you can show me how it's done. Perfect. I observed Tropico Man and I learned some lessons in the ways of love. We discover a leather briefcase containing 89 kilo and a piece of junk, known as a plastic boomerang. This sector is still not clear of nasties. Let's keep looking around. We'll just click back and forth. Perfect! And we get a drop on 4 nasties. Nothing to worry about, just some super moms and their fat and flatulent son. Let's see, can I use my superpower? I can! I learned a lot from Tropico Man's lessons. And it's a clean sweep. We've rid the sector of every wandering, nasty, and unsavory element, giving us a bonus of 2,500 experience points.
Oxide Man advances to Superhero 6th Class.
Welcome to the world of class, my friend. And we find a sack of loosely sewn animal skins containing some 47 kilo dollars and a vomit-proof vest. That's actually pretty nice. A vomit-proof vest. You know, no one likes to be vomited on. Mop apparently already has a shirt. Yes, he has a lava-proof vest. That's a little more robust than a vomit-proof vest. True fact. Alright, we're done here. Let's actually start heading up here, see what we can find. 2 nasties jump out of the shadows. An albino rhino and a dandelion from hell. Just rip into that dandelion, no problem. And can I break a rhino's heart? Well, it is an animal, it still has a heart in there. Okay, Tropico Man, do your stuff. We double team it, and it swoons and dies. We get experience, and we find a leather briefcase containing 102 kilo dollars. There's just so much darn money around here.
Interested, I could ferry across Long Island Sound to Pelham, only 45 kilo dollars. What do you say?
I see you've got yourself a deal, my good friend. The party enters the SCO, and the ferryman nudges it into the rolling waters of the Sound. Minutes later, the SCO approaches land and deposits the party on a swampy shore. I wonder where we are, heroes. And 6 nasties jump out of the shadows and surprise us.
Don't you always worry that when you get the hiccups, they are never going to stop?
I hate you darn things. Treader Man suddenly begins hiccuping. And the other one rips in the Robomop. And then the Super Mom fixes up Treader Man with a date with a total loser. And then the last suggester levels a 38 at me. I don't care for that crap. Let's start kicking some butt, heroes. You know the drill. And I'll break this Super Mom's heart. Not a problem. She's desperate for any lovin' she can get. And can you put this animal to sleep? Just like a puppy. Oh, you're not good at this. You did a good job. You did a good job. Now break this brainy fellow's heart. They are to
The
burst.
weather in the Bahamas is awfully nice, isn't it?
And the suggester tries to take Tropico Man to the Bahamas. He politely refuses. Oh my goodness. The Supermom's fat flatulent son begins farting. Radioactive gas. And then he has to go to bed.
I hope you don't treat your own mother this way.
He usually doesn't hear with a mini chainsaw. We get experience points. And we find a sack of loosely sewn animal skins containing 126 kilo dollars. Oh my goodness, it's getting kind of rough. I'm tempted to save. Let's see if we can make it without saving. Where's this darn place? It's hilly terrain. Where are you, place? 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 I know you're around here, place. There we go. The party stands just beyond the perimeter of a large agora, bustling with commerce. You enter, of course. This is the Yonkers Marketplace. The perimeter of the marketplace has an opening to the south, and you see a gold tent and a blue one. Let's go here first. I believe you're the man who's looking for nitrous oxide. You are that man, right?
I thought this would never get here. Interstate commerce has been so undependable lately. Now I'll be able to go ahead with those 7 tooth extractions, 4 root canals, and 2 exorcisms.
He hands you a 1,000 kilo dollar reward. And as an afterthought, he opens the case and gives you one of the nitrous canisters. And then he stores away the case in the remaining cylinders of laughing gas. Thank you, sir. We also have someone with an ailment. He can't stop hiccuping.
Sanga, Martinson.
Perfect. You did on the first try. I'm very happy. And we have a pawnbroker's tent.
Ah, a party of superheroes.
Yes, your favorite people, I'm sure. Let's see what we got in here. LethalFeline Long Johns. Not me, darn it. I actually wanted to look at this. There are at least 100 pairs of LethalFeline Long Johns in the pile. All each thickly lined with lead. Well, we definitely need those. We have a little bit of money, just a little bit, not too much. No, not me. look at it. This is an orienteering guide. This guide contains everything you need to know about navigating and surviving in the woods. No owner of this guide could possibly come to harm in the woods, unless they didn't know how to read. It seems likely that the previous order fit this category though, based on the blood stains and the bear claw scratches on the guide's cover. Let's go ahead and take it. And a purple tube car pass. You know, you can never have enough tube car passes. We also have some beef goulash, some fish goulash, an ebony isotope, and a lemon-colored isotope. We'll just buy all the cred you have, and I will drink this lemon-colored isotope right now. My senses reel and my muscles ripple as I maximize my ability at increasing my foe's cholesterol. I'm now as good as Tropical Oil Man. Also, let's give this ebony isotope over to Mademoiselle, our little vet in training. She's up to 89%. And let's see, I will go ahead and eat this myself, so I'm just a ridiculous... Actually, let's give it to Oxide Man. Let's give it to Oxide Man. He needs to be better at resting stuff. And as for the beef goulash, we'll give that to our other hard hitter, Shredder Man. Good deal, folks. All right. Let's get the heck out of here. Actually, we need to rest first. I just realized. It's kind of important. Let's go ahead and rest. I said rest. Thank you. We have plenty of supplies because we returned to HQ. And we could stick around here and clear it out.
Across the Sound to Port Washington? I can take you. I've got a submarine. I found her in a tidal pool a little east of here. Want a lift for, how about $45 kilo?
Sure, kid. You don't look like you're older than 10, but why not?
Some of the controls don't work no more.
He apologizes, smacking the side of the navigational computer with a sledgehammer to change the sub's direction. Eventually, the sub surfaces and the party emerges onto dry ground. Yeah, we could have stuck around there, but there's really no need. We got our LethalFeline long johns. 9 nasties jump out of the shadows. It looks like a whole load of super moms having a Tupperware party, and doing a little gardening. Nothing to worry about. Let's kick that flower's butt. Perfectly done. And now that I'm great at breaking hearts, I'll do this, that, and you can put an animal to sleep. Just like a puppy. Oh, you're not good at any of this. I'd like to actually get you an ability to increase people's cholesterol, maybe someday. Let's see if we can find more yellow isotopes. RoboMop is fixed up with a date with a total loser. And Shredderman gets scolded for not wearing enough sweaters. These super moms are so darn mean. So let's just kick their butts. Good work. Fantastic work all around. And I'll break this plastic thing's heart. They are to burst from within. And you can do that. And that. Perfect. We get experience points. And let's see, we find a leather briefcase with $106 kilo and more provisions. So now we can rest more. Getting pretty lucky with that. Let's head back to Mineola. We've got your LethalFeline long johns, folks. We attempt to hand out the long johns, but everyone scoffs at the need of them. Then a mother walks through the marketplace carrying a newborn baby. The baby has 3 heads. One looks a little like a hamster, another looks a bit like E.T., and the last one looks exactly like Ed McMahon. There's a pause as all the villagers glance at one another, followed by a mad rampage. When the dust settles, all the long johns have been given away. A villager walks up and tips you for delivering the long john. The long johns, however, is not a coin, but merely a token for a turnstile, and we get 900 experience points as an additional reward. Fantastic. Well, we've done a good job here, heroes. Let's go ahead and have a last rest here. You're gonna miss us, aren't you, Elvis Presley? Alright, we're good to go. So we got that fixed up. Let's see if we can get in the Belmont Park. We still don't have enough tokens. Well, there's only one last thing we can do. Let's go ahead and... Let's see. Do we have everything we need? Yes, we do. Just wanted to make sure. So we'll head back to Newark. As soon as the party is all aboard the helicopter, the door closes and the rotor blades begin to turn. The chopper lifts sluggishly off the helipad and turns west on autopilot, passing just south of the derelict towers at Manhattan. Finally landing back on the Newark helipad. Well, that's neat. Now we know where Manhattan is, kind of. So let's see, Matilda told us that we could get to Philadelphia using the tubecar station in Newark. And you know what, we might as well get this place all cleared out. A band of 3 nasties are surprised. Some suggesters in need of a beatdown. We rip them a new way. We don't get jack squat. These suggesters and they're not having crud. Let's just run around and find some bad guys. There's some, but they get the rub on us. Some amoebas, 12 feet wide, but still nothing to worry about. I mean, we're the Superhero League of Hoboken. Hopefully we can take down some darn amoebas with our ways of heartbreaking and our veterinary skills. Looks like we'll have another clean sweep until Tropical Man dropped the ball, but thankfully that one ran away. We found a sack of loosely sewn animal skins with 121 kilo. Very good, heroes. Let's keep it up. It's always great fighting crime. Let's see, any crime around here? No? That's a shame. I was looking for some crime. 3 nasties jump out of the shadows. It's some more darn amoebas. And they hit me for maximum damage. Mop's a little tougher, though. And the last one decides it's time to reproduce. I'm not sure that was the proper course of action. And I miss, because I was hurt. And you dropped the ball, mademoiselle. Why am I not surprised? Run away. That one runs, they both run. A near clean sweep when we find another sack of loosely sewn animal skins with 51 kilo. Let's head up here and rest. We actually might take a detour to Scranton also. For no reason, really. Just because we can. See if there's any bad guys. Bad guys? No. Come on, bad guys. There you are. 3 more amoebas get the drop on us. And they all decide to reproduce. Silly amoebas, that will not save you. Not from our aorta-bursting powers. Although they don't really have aortas. So I guess I just burst the nucleus. Cyanide works the same on all these little critters, though. Why don't you get that one? Actually, no, you can go for this one. Perfect. Run away. It runs away. For a clean sweep. And we find yet another sack of loosely sewn animal skins with money and a 40-count bag of power pills. So many amoebas out today, causing crime. Also, we've yet to see some of the other things I have not described. Let's see, 4 nasties surprise us. Hey, speaking of which, here's a Markatoon and some albino winos. So here we have the Markatoon. I can't remember if I described this one just yet because it's been a while since we've been in combat with these guys. The Markatoon is completely devoid of morals. These humanoids bombard their assailants with a shower of hula hoops, pet rocks, junk mail, and subliminal messages. Just like Wile E. Coyote, they cannot be killed, miraculously recovering from any injury they sustain. Fortunately, they quickly lose interest in combat and leave to do lunch. They can inflict extra damage when they telemarket. And we have the albino wino. Driven inside or underground when it became too toxic to continue sleeping on park benches. These derelicts of society haven't seen sunlight in years. So we can't even kill that thing. We watch as Robomop chops the thing in half with a mini chainsaw, but it mends itself up perfectly. So we'll just take care of the winos here, and we shouldn't have any trouble at all. Perfect. You guys can just huddle up.
Let's do lunch.
Yep, he runs away. Not a big problem, and we find a large hollow coconut with 93 kilo. I'm sure you citizens have noticed that I love saying large. With that kind of reverberation, it just feels good. Makes me feel like a superhero, which is what I am. Let's look around here. We surprise a band of 5 nasties. I know I've looked at you guys, so nothing to do there. Just keep kicking butt. Breaking hearts. I said I wanted to break a heart. I've dropped the ball. That thing's mostly dead. Probably will run away. And you can go ahead and burst its heart. That's a clean sweep again. And we've rid this sector of every wandering, nasty, and unsavory element, giving us a bonus of 3,000 experience points. And we find a plastic cooler with a sinister air about it. Do we open it? Yes. We find 124 kilodollars. That is just perfectly fresh. Let's get this completely mapped out now. There we go. And we visited every location in this sector, giving us a exploration bonus of 100 experience points. Not much, but every bit counts. Okay, so here's the one to Scranton. And this is the only one down here other than the one to Scranton, so this one must take us over to Philly. We get in the tube car, and it takes us to the Philadelphia Lower train station. Fantastic. And here's a gold tube car of all things. We don't have a gold tube car pass, so we might as well look for one of those. Let's go ahead and save our game. It's been a long time. Alright, so we need to find that Liberty Bell. Where are you, Liberty Bell? Honestly, I can't remember where it is. It's pretty dangerous in this neck of woods. We surprised 5 nasties. A whole bunch of mechanical stuff. Okay, I need somebody to kill these darn things. I'll try. Good work, me. And we'll go after you. And now you can get the other mega processor. Perfect. Now if you can break this heart, it's a clean sweep. And we find yet another sack of loosely sewn animal skins with money in it. Perhaps it was a wallet. I'm not exactly sure. I'm surprised a band of 4 nasties. Nothing we haven't seen here before. Just a bunch of punks. Oh my goodness, I hate these darn things. There we go. Let's see, you get the one in back. Perfect. Now if you can finish this one off. Hopefully it runs. Perfect. And we find a leather briefcase, not a loosely sewn sack of animal skins, containing 66 kilodollars. Okay. Hey, what's this? A building of great age and almost certain historical interest lies in beyond a small courtyard. A sign reads the home of Ben Franklin, a National Historic Site. Do you go inside? Well, I went inside and looked around, but I didn't find anything of interest. Even though it was noted of interest. Anyway, we surprise 3 more nasties. A bag lady and a couple of markatoons. That one should run away. That one's pretty much done. Okay, everyone huddle up.
Let's.
Perfectly clean swept. And we find a large mass of bubble wrap containing 64 kilodollars in pristine condition. Okay, that is not what we're looking for. I don't have my notes up right now. I'm actually doing this semi-blind. An open-air pavilion is visible through the tangled growth. Do you step inside? Sure. Hey, here we go. Oh, and there's a kitty in here. Let's go ahead and save the game. Let's see what we got. So he's just trapped under there. Let's try and just lift it up. Everyone fans around the rim of the bell, but despite the level of grunting which would make a pack of warthogs proud, the party just doesn't have enough sheer might to lift the bell. Well, that's a shame. Well, what are we gonna do? We don't have enough strength to actually get the kitty out of there. Instead, we'll just surprise 2 nasties, including a new one we've never seen before. A lab rat from hell. Bent on revenge, these mutated cousins of ancient test subjects attempt to rub cosmetics into your eyes, just to see how you like it. Frankly, sir, we don't. So you're gonna have to die. I said you're gonna have to die. Can I break a rat's heart? Nope. Nope, I'm just not that level, but we can put an animal to sleep. No, we can't. Everyone has dropped all the balls. All right, Tropico Man, we're counting on you. He pulls through and breaks the little rat's heart. And we find a large mass of bubble wrap with 54 kilodollars in pristine condition. Well, maybe we can find a winch or something to get that bell up, like I was about to say before. Oh my goodness, an encampment of 3 nasties. So we have lawyers, and what the heck are you? An aerobot! A failed experiment of artificial intelligence. Production of these robotic exercise teachers was discontinued when 2 notable design flaws were discovered. A failure in their timing circuits to acknowledge the completion of sessions, and an accidental substitution of their built-in heart rate monitors with built-in flamethrowers. When aerobots say no pain, no gain and feel the burn, they mean it. Sounds kind of hairy. And now for you, it's a cyborg, right? You said it was a cyborg, right? Let's see, cyborg. No, it just says the robotic. I probably can't break its heart. Let's try. Nope, it has no arteries. To start shooting it, rust it. Oh my goodness, this is not the time to drop the ball. What's it gonna do? It swings at RoboMop, but he's just too fast. He's in shape. Well, mostly in shape. They trade blows as they do cartwheels. There we go. Don't drop the ball this time, Oxide Man. There you go. Perfect. And let's see. In the heat of combat, with the heat of combat behind you, you can see for the first time that this building was once a health club. A Nautilus machine appears to be in usable condition. Would the party be interested in a workout? Why, sure not. Why not? All party members have a workout, giving their bronze stats a temporary boost. Perhaps now we can raise the bell. That actually may not be the case. But let's take a look. Everyone fans around the room of the bell, and with unflattering preponderance of grunting and groaning, which will be omitted in the made-for-TV movie of this event, the party manages to lift the bell from the ground. Okay, you cheer. Well, I cheer. I just say, okay, let's rescue that poor kitty. As the bell rises, the party is surprised to hear the mighty growl from the cat beneath. With further surprise, a huge tiger paw strikes out from beneath the bell. Oxide Man jumps back, narrowly avoiding vivisection by the razor-sharp claws. Thrown off balance by Oxide Man's sudden motion, the party drops the bell, and it clambers to the floor with a mighty ringing, once again trapping its feline prisoner. Judging by the increased volume of the mewling protestations, he is mighty angry now. Well, shoot, what are we gonna do? We have a tiger underneath that. What can we use here? We have some laughing gas. That might make him a little more manageable. Let's read the instructions. Attach the sprayer or dispensing device to the cylinder. Let's see. Commence dispensing by shaking the cylinder. Warning, do not operate if dispensing tube is not properly seated. Do not inhale the contents of this cylinder, except under strict medical supervision. Do not let children under 3 play with this device. And do not taunt hungry jungle animals. Serious injuries could occur if these warnings are ignored. Well, we're the Superhero League of Hoboken. We don't care about your little warnings. Okay, it said something about a device. I think we can use this plastic tubing. The tubing seats perfectly over the valve. And if we go ahead and attach this to here, perfect. You jam the free end of the tubing under the widest part of the crack. Now we'll just shake up the can. A high-pressure stream of nitrous oxide jets from the far end of the tube, through the crack into the bell. The mewling yields into faint giggling. Unfortunately, the recoil from the high-pressure gas stream wrenches the canister from my grip and causes it to shoot across the pavilion. You watch it vanish slowly over the horizon. Alright, let's see if we can get that tiger out of there. Everyone fans out around the bell and lifts it up. The tiger, reduced to a harmless giggles by laughing gas, chuckles at the party's efforts to return the bell to its moorings. Despite its giggle fits, you see this tiger you wouldn't want to meet in a dark alley or a well-lit pavilion, and if it weren't thoroughly dope, you note that he's wearing a whistle cord around his neck.
I don't know who dropped that thing on me, but whoever it was, they sure know how to bell a cat.
Yeah, you see the talking tiger mutation a lot down this way.
You don't say.
Say, have you heard the one about the lion who was so stupid he thought he was king of the beats? I once dated a tigress who was so frigid I could use her to keep meat fresh for a week. She was so cold that a family of penguins moved into her fur.
The tiger is laughing hysterically and rolling around holding his sides. Many of the party members are doing the same.
Oh, thank you. You're great. Say, anyone here from Brooklyn? My lawyer is from Brooklyn. Know what you call a lawyer with integrity? A hallucination!
And now every member of the party's in stitches.
Gotta run. I gotta be at a photo shoot for the new Frosted Flakes package. I want to say that you've been a lovely audience.
As the party applauds wildly, the tiger takes a deep bow and the whistle slips off its neck. The tiger lopes away and a fierce roar in the distance indicates that the laughing gas is worn off completely. Well, that was fun. Treasure Man spots a token in a patch of ground that was, until a moment ago, covered by the bell, and you add it to the party's inventory. Well, let's take the whistle also. That might come in handy, you know? Let's just pick up everything we see. Well, that's another job done, heroes. Let's get out of here. We could clear out this sector. I doubt we're coming back. And you can always get more experience. We surprised a band of 8 nasties. I don't think we'll be getting these guys in one turn. There we go. He'll be done. That's another one done. Keep it up, heroes. Let's go for the lawyers. I know they shoot. Perfect. And the Markatoons, let's get them out of here. Pretty good. And you can try to break its heart. I think we're gonna be alright, folks.
Let's do.
Yes, everyone cowers except for the bag lady who pelts Oxide Man with urban refuse. We were almost got out of that scot-free. And then you had to add Scots to it. You know what that gets you? A burst aorta. And now we can just take out this poor albino wino. She puts him mercifully to sleep, and all party members obtain 1,409 experience points. Not a small bit of experience. Let's go ahead and take a rest. No one's too hurt, but I want level experience. Alright, bad guys, where are ya? Come on. Put up your dukes, get out of here. We surprise a band of 9 nasties. Some slimy creatures and some bureaucrats. Come on, Mop, this isn't the time to be dropping a ball. That's more like it. And I'll go ahead and break this thing's heart. Perfect. Okay, it's just amoebas and furniture from now on. Not as good as it could have been. There we go. And you can break this one's heart. Perfect. Let's see what happens. That one runs away. Perfect. These ones don't do jack squat. In fact, that one wasn't even hurt and he ran away. Coward. It's pretty good. And we'll go ahead and break this one's heart. Not really much of a problem when you're the Superhero League of Hoboken. Perfect. And we get a measly amount of experience, but we find a pizza box with a sinister air about it.
The box contains a delicious pizza topped with sausage, extra cheese, money.
Extra cheese money, my favorite. We open it and find $114 of extra cheese money. Alright, let's see if we can find any more. Oh my goodness, hello! Yes, we will take your service. Go ahead and give it a Robo-Mop, our main mop. We'll go ahead and look over here. No bad guys. Come on, bad guys, we know you're here. Well, your whole efforts are futile. 3 nasties get the drop on us. A lawyer, a mega processor, and a one-armed bandit. I believe I haven't given your description yet, but there's so many of you darn things now that I'm not sure. Hellish spawn of the decadence of Atlantic City. These berserk machines can mesmerize their victims with their seductive spinning images. Something to worry about, but not much. And let's see, I can't break anyone's heart, so I guess I'll just use my sawn-off shotgun. And let's see, you can go ahead and shoot it, you can rust it. We experience and we find a plastic cooler with a sinister about it. Do we open it? Yes. And we find 114 kilo dollars. Alright, let's see if we can find anything else. Nope. Pretty clean over here. We surprise a band of 6 nasties. A linebackers, 2 lawyers, and some albino wino groupies. Robo-Mop chops the linebacker in half, and the lawyer's taken down by arsenic-tipped deer antlers. And the last one's heart just stops. Unfortunately, Mademoiselle has dropped the ball yet again. And now you can break someone's heart. We have to only deal with one albino wino. Who Well, he slaps Robomop. Robomop laughs his bristles, well, doing whatever bristles do when a mop laughs. It's probably pretty horrifying. And we find a small brick building of the sort associated. A small brick building of the sort associated with water or sewer pumping stations stands in the corner with no apparent entrance. And we also have been surprised by 5 nasties, including these critters.
Don't you always worry that when you get the hiccups, they're never going to stop?
Darn suggesters, I swear. So here we have an ant from hell. A hardy and terrifying mutation. Ants from hell are about the size of a cow. Even worse, their mandibles have built-in magnifying glasses. And they're out to see how much you like having the sun focused on you. Not very much. Darn it, Mop, you dropped the ball again. Why you always dropping the ball, Mop? See, I can break a heart. Mademoiselle can put one of these darn things to sleep. Why are you dropping the ball? Speaking of dropping the ball, what you do, Albino Wino? He swings at Robomop. Of course, he's too inebriated to land a hit. We make short work of them, and we've rid this sector of every wandering, nasty, and unsavory element, giving us a bonus of 3,500 experience points.
Robomop advances to Superhero 5th Class. Shredder, the Crimson, Madame Oxa, Tropical.
Everyone raises to a new level of class. Also, I don't think we can look at all these places in here, but we could get it pretty well mapped, so why not? There we go. Yeah, we still need to be able to swim to get that last part. We just don't have the blue isotopes. Oh well. Let's head on back, heroes. And we'll go ahead and head down. Take our tube car back to Newark. And we could head over to Scranton. I think we'll save that for another day, because this is a fairly long video already. Now we need to head back near Mineola to stop that evil Dr. Entropy. I believe we have everything we need. Let's see, let's just head out the window. There we go. On to Belmont Park. Before we enter the complex, let's save the game. I'm pretty sure I remember how to do this, but just in case. We use the 4 tokens to get through the turnstile. There he is. You are standing in the middle of an oval-shaped You are standing in the middle of an oval-shaped field, overgrown with tangled weeds and surrounded by billboards and what may have once been tiers of seating. An arched gate leads out to the east. Nearby is a group of racehorses. What would you call that? A pack of racehorses? A field of racehorses? Probably a herd. One of the horses moves, and you spot a familiar figure, Dr. Entropy. The fiend is surrounded by horses and an equally large number of sewer rats. He is busy spraying something into the air.
The bumblers from Hoboken! This time you're too late! My special mating scent has proved efficacious, and, as you can see, my mares are quite pregnant.
That is just disgusting. Think of the rat babies within them. Indeed, many of the horses are quite heavy around the midsection. I mean, think about—
Soon, they will begin birthing a new species of horse rat. Or rat horse. I haven't decided. In either case, order will succumb to chaos.
Entry chuckles in the deep, rolling way that one associates with evil masterminds. We'll go ahead and save it here. Think about this. There's rat babies in those horses. That's worse than beetles the size of a child's fist. Anyway, let's have a look around. Let's not talk to him, let's look at him. Much as some children are certain that early on they want to be firemen or professional wrestlers or septic system repairmen, Dr. Entropy must have known since toddlerhood that he eventually would pursue a career in villainy, as he clearly has made the correct choice. And there's not a bad guy in the world who more enjoys his work. The gusto with which Entropy attacks his evil schemes would be a joy to watch, were those schemes not totally antithetical to the values of justice and freedom that the Superhero League of Hoboken is vowed to uphold. Let's look at the rats. The rats are big, mean kinds of rats that you usually see carrying off garbage dumpsters single-handedly. And we'll look at the mares. There are dozens and dozens of horses. Most of them are quite swollen with unborn horse rat babies. The horses have a fearful look about them. Perhaps they are anxious about their imminent birthing traumas of horse rat babies. Or perhaps they are just naturally fearful. Some horses can be that way, especially horses that have been exploited by evil masterminds and, sexually assaulted by rats. The framework back here is a steel structure designed to hold up a billboard. The billboard was once mounted to it has become the victim of vandals or perhaps the elements. Okay, so we have some fearful horses. We have a placard. Now under construction at the site, a Stickman's Macabre glue factory. Jobs for you and jobs for your community. I wonder if these fearful mares will have anything to do with this. The placard mounts easily on the steel framework, and the horses see the sign and panic and molt, crushing the sewer rats to a pulp underneath their stampeding hooves. A few of the party members begin chasing the fleeing horses, and I scream, "Forget the goddamn horses, go after Entropy!" The horses, of course, miscarry in all the chaos.
Where'd he go?
Did you see which way?
He's gone!
Clearly the field is now empty.
Another round for you, costume crime fighters. But Entropy continues inexorably onward.
We turn towards the voice, and near the exit gate, one of the horses stops, sheds its skin, and gives that victorious shout. It's Entropy in a horse costume. The hell? As the dust clears, you notice a green access pass is laying on the ground. Well, he got away again, heroes, because you had to chase those darn horses, but we do have a green tubecar pass, so I guess that makes up for it. What am I saying? It doesn't. As the party exits, the turnstile breaks, and it looks like you won't be able to get back in here, even with tokens, because it's broken, and you can't jump over a turnstile. That would be dishonorable. Anywho, let's get back. All of our missions are complete. It's time to take a rest. As well as get our dues. So let's just go back home, the new way we have that's all cleared out. We don't need to pay ferrymen anymore, even though we have tons of money.
Congratulations on the successful completion of missions Frostbite, Corona, and Tree Bark.
Yep, that's all of them.
This communication just in from the Commissioner. The SLH is hereby promoted to a Level 4 league. All members are awarded 4,000 experience points. A grant of 1,000 kilo dollars accompanies this promotion. Maximum party size is now 7.
Cheers erupt around the lunchroom, and cold ones and high fives are exchanged as always.
Tummy advances to Superhero 8th Class. His abilities increase in every area. Captain Excitement advances to Superhero 8th Class. His abilities increase in every area.
You're doing a good job, heroes. Even though you've just been sitting around.
Hiya, boys. They say you're a real up-and-coming outfit, and I'm a real up-and-coming kind of superhero. Keep me in mind for the next mission, especially if it's a really hard one. A new set of missions is available. Please go to the briefing room.
An unusually curvaceous superhero wearing a gray leather costume with black leather boots and a cape made of black crust velour strides up to the party. She takes a seat in the lunchroom, and half of a dozen heroes instantly start hitting on her, including myself, of course, for a date. Mademoiselle Pepperoni, who has never once been hit on for a date by her fellow superheroes, looks on with disgust. So we've done a good job. The day is saved. So remember, folks, to always make plot essential items a random drop that is only activated by a certain flag, just like in the Superhero League of Hoboken.